So before I start this super scary edition of Storytime with Mystery, I'd like to thank you guys for 150 subscribers. It definitely is a big number, and the road to 200 subscribers is real. So I'd like to thank you guys, and also make sure to slap that like button. It really does help out a lot, and it shows me that I can bring back Storytime with Mystery, and people will actually watch it. So yeah, enjoy. Hey guys, Mystery here, and today we have a Storytime with Mystery episode 3. And this is a series I started when I hit 50 subscribers. I'm pretty sure that's when I told my first story. And you guys did enjoy that video, and you did enjoy the next video after that, the Storytime episode 2, which was crazy. If you want to watch that, I'm gonna link it down in the description. But before we start, can we shoot for 10 likes? 10 likes is my goal for every video or most videos, and we hit that goal yesterday, and we're trying to hit that goal today. And we did get a lot of subscribers in this morning, so yeah. And yeah, let's get into it. So I'm gonna talk about sleep paralysis in general, and if you want to watch or listen rather to my personal story, I'm gonna put a timestamp on the screen so you can go to that point in time in the video and listen to my personal scary story about sleep paralysis. So let's get right into talking about sleep paralysis. So I have Wikipedia here, and we're gonna read about sleep paralysis. I'm gonna talk about it a little bit, and then we're gonna get into the story. So yeah. Sleep paralysis is a phenomenon in which a person, either during falling asleep or awakening, temporarily experiences an ability to move, speak, or react. It is a transitional state between wakefulness and sleep, characterized by muscle atonia, which means muscle weakness. It is often accompanied by terrifying hallucinations, such as an intruder in the room, to which one is unable to react due to paralysis, and physical experiences such as strong current running through the upper body. And those two actually have a link, the hallucinations and strong current running through the upper body. Now, one hypothesis is that the result from disturbed REM sleep, which I'm pretty sure is deep sleep or rapid eye movement sleep. I know it's something to do with deep sleep, so yeah, which normally induces complete muscle atonia to prevent sleepers from acting out their dreams. Sleep paralysis has been linked to disorders such as narcolepsy, migraines, anxiety disorders, and obstructive sleep apnea. However, it can also occur in isolation. So, basically, your body, when you fall asleep, it basically paralyzes you because your body does not want you to act out your dreams. If you're thinking about, having sex, you're thinking about flying, if you're thinking about jumping off a building or whatever one of those, you basically don't want to act out those, and your body does not want you to act out those dreams, and it paralyzes you so you don't. And sometimes what happens is when you're waking up or falling asleep, or you just wake up, you basically are still paralyzed, but you're wide awake, you're fully awake, you're aware that you are awake, and you can't do anything. You're paralyzed. You can't move anything except for your eyes, and that is limited by where your head is. So yeah. And sometimes during these episodes, when you're falling asleep, you're waking up, you're paralyzed, some people have an intruder in the room. Now, in case when I first found out about sleep paralysis, a family member told me about it and how they experienced it. They didn't tell me anything about an intruder in the room, and I'm pretty sure that's because they didn't want me to get scared. But after that, I researched sleep paralysis a lot, and I found out some pretty scary stuff about sleep paralysis. I never experienced it up until maybe a week or two after that, and I researched a lot about that, and I'm an avid listener of scary stories, true creepy stories, whatever you want to call it. It's, Creeps McFasta, whatever. It's Be Busta, Your Maker, Corpse Husband, Dr. Horror, King Spook. I watch all of those guys, and I listen to those guys while I design. And they did make a few sleep paralysis videos, so you can listen to other people's experiences and their videos. I'm gonna link it down in the description if you guys want to watch it. But basically, you fall asleep, either you're just awakening or you're falling asleep, and usually for me it's when I'm falling asleep. So you fall asleep, you wake up, you're paralyzed, and you see something in your bed. So whether that be in the corner of your room, on your walls, on your chest, which is a pretty common thing. Never happened to me, but some people get things on their chest. Some people get things next to their bed, which is usually what happens to me. But some people get like all over the room, or they just feel a presence. So you don't know what to do if it's your first time. You're scared. If it's not your first time, you just know you have to close your eyes. You have to just make it go away by not even noticing it. Just basically that song La La, the boy just closes his eyes and goes La La, and yeah, basically like that. And it's a really scary thing to go through. I wouldn't wish that upon anyone because it's so scary. And in the past few weeks, it has gotten, for me at least, worse because it's usually happened like once a week. Now it's like 2 3 times a week, and sometimes I just wake up, I forget about it. I know I experienced it the night before, and I just forget about it. And every time I sit on my bed, I'm gonna have pictures on my room so you guys can experience stuff from my point of view. And I just remember sleep paralysis, and I sometimes just stay awake until 2 to 3 in the morning just so I don't experience it. And just because if I'm very tired, I don't experience sleep paralysis usually because I'm very tired. But if I'm kinda tired, kinda not, and I fall asleep, I usually experience sleep paralysis at that time. So I usually just try to basically tire myself out so I can sleep, which is not a good thing. But it hasn't been affecting me too much since, I don't know, I just like staying up late as usually, but this is kind of an incentive to stay up late, so yeah. And I'm gonna talk about my scary story first experience in a second here, but yeah. So a great things to do while you're in sleep process to prevent it is, for me at least, trying to make any sound. Just whether it is going like that's what I usually do. Just try to make any sound, and that usually snaps me, and I can move, and everything goes away and I'm okay. So that's what you can usually do. You can also try to move your fingers and toes. That is something people do. Move your fingers, try to move your toes. It basically distracts your brain from the hallucination next to your bed, on your chest, in the corner of your room, at the bottom of your bed, on your walls, whatever it is. It just distracts your brain and tries to make you focus on bending your toes and bending your fingers. And I'm gonna try to find articles on these so you guys can read through them yourself, and if you're experiencing this, it might help you. Usually I try to make any sounds. That's what helps me. But the last time I had sleep paralysis experience is actually this morning at 5:50 in the morning, because I went to sleep very early, like 7 in the afternoon, and I woke up 5:50 in the morning. I experienced it when I was waking up, and it was it still wasn't day, but it was the sun was rising, so yeah, it was kind of freaky, and I never experienced sleep paralysis at that time, and it was really freaky. And I don't know, I just thought, why not make a sleep paralysis story since it happened to me, and I remembered I had a Storytime with Mystery series here on my channel, so yeah. Now I'm going to talk about my first experience. So after I researched sleep paralysis like a lot, after the family member told me they had a sleep paralysis experience, I researched sleep paralysis a lot. So I researched it, found out about the things on your chest, corner of your room, bottom of your bed, whatever. And I was just thinking about nonstop, which is something you shouldn't do. Don't research sleep paralysis, please, and don't try to think about it as much as you can, because that night I was just thinking about sleep paralysis, and I was kind of wishing that it happened to me, which was very stupid, and you shouldn't do that, trust me. And I just suddenly, it feels like I went to sleep, and the second later, probably wasn't a second later, it was probably just me, not noticing the time, how time went, and I woke up, and like I said, I'm gonna have pictures on the screen, and they're gonna show my room from the perspective when I'm laying in bed, and from the perspective of the corner of my room, and you're gonna see what usually stands where. So you're gonna see next to my bed on that carpet is usually where something just stands there. It's like a black or a translucent figure, It sometimes has a dress, sometimes doesn't. It's just a black big figure standing next to my bed looking at me. And if I'm looking at it right, I just try to close my eyes. If I'm on the other side, I just, I feel a presence in the room. If I'm on my back, I see it, and I see like half of it. I see it at the corner of my eye, which is the scariest part. So that's why I never fall asleep on my back. At least I try to. But I usually either am away from it or looking towards it. So when I'm looking towards it, I see it's a black figure. It's never on my chest. It's never at the bottom of my bed. It's usually just right next to me, to my left side, and it's really scary. I try to make some noises, even though I can't move. I can only move my eyes. I just try to close my eyes and just make some noises. I didn't try to wiggle my toes or fingers. I didn't use that tip, but if you guys are experiencing sleep paralysis, make sure to just make noises and try to focus on something else other than the thing next to your bed, which I know it's just freaky. And after that, it was like 5 minutes. It was a longer episode. Usually for me, it lasts up to 3 to 4 minutes, or 2 to 3. Sometimes it's not too long, but for some people it can even last longer. But yeah, it's like, imagine being trapped in your body, not being able to move, and just something next to you is standing there looking at you. It's a really scary experience. So that's how I got my first experience. And after that, I would just I couldn't sleep. I would just think about it the whole day. Like, that was so freaky. And I went and researched some stories, and I did listen to some stories, but they were all like, for me at least, they were stupid. Like, something next to your bed, that does not make any sense. But after that, it makes so much sense. Like, something was next to me and looking right towards me. And I don't know, I just went, read some stories, and was like, yes, that's the same thing I went through. I'm so glad there are people who went through the same thing I did. And yeah, that's pretty much it for my first experience of sleep paralysis. And like I said, they happen quite more frequently right now. And usually when they happen, I just try to close my eyes and just try to do something. Just try to force your way out of that chill that is your body, and just kinda so you can move again. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys subscribe, like, favorite, follow me on Twitter, which is the link down in the description below. And I will see you guys in my next video, which is gonna be probably today again, and also a live stream, which is probably also gonna be later tonight. So yeah, I will see you guys later. Until then, stay safe and don't experience sleep paralysis. Peace out.